But you know my stance on Zak Bagans.
I know.
Unimpeachable.
I know it.
Believe every word he's ever said.
Of course.
Yeah.
Hello, welcome to Guide to the Unknown. I'm Kristen.
And I'm her little brother, William.
And this week we're going back to the well to answer more of your listener questions.
I am thrilled about this. You know, I love doing this.
Yep, so do I.
We did it at the beginning of the year.
Yep.
Been just long enough. Also, I don't know about you, but I'm in a chill mode right now.
Oh, yeah.
Because I think if I have something of a cookie-eating grin on my face, Kristen, it's because I have literally watched a Scream movie every single night this week in anticipation for Scream 6, which is out when this episode drops. Drop everything and go see it just to support it.
Of course.
Not that it's got...
I think it'll be fine. But go see it because you want to see it.
It's not some indie movie or something like that.
Yeah. Throw your support behind this little engine that could.
Slasher whodunit.
Yeah.
I'm very anxious.
I'm very excited to see it.
And so I don't think I have the mental, acuity to be able to take notes on some deep topic this week. So when you suggested questions and answers, was I relieved.
We needed the people, and you helped, so thank you all out there.
Yes, and let me also say, because of this, we're in the midst of sort of like a Scream Assance.
Yeah.
The most recent Netherworld Dispatch is all about Scream 6's marketing. It's almost 2 hours long. It's an hour 45 minutes long.
I know.
Kristen and I go deep into theories, almost every single piece of marketing material that was released, and Easter eggs, clues.
Did you see there was a final trailer released that we didn't get to talk about?
Which makes sense. In the final week, there was like Reno 911 did a crossover thing. Like it's like a lot of stuff has happened since we recorded the episode.
Yeah.
I'm sure we'll touch on it in our Scream 6 review, which comes this Monday. So you're smack dab in the middle of us being all about Scream.
Yeah, it's surrounding us. There wasn't anything really crazy in the final trailer except for like a little talk between Kirby and Mindy Meeks. She was like, so I heard you like scary movies. And she was like, yeah, people say that.
Yeah.
So they could connect about that.
Yes, that makes sense. Also, Gail gets her phone call from Ghostface. And he's like, it's funny, we've never spoken before.
Oh, I thought I'd seen that before.
I don't think I had seen that before.
No, I
Maybe
guess
not
I hadn't.
that full-length convo.
This is happening to me so much recently where things are coming out that are new, but I'm like, I could swear I already knew this information.
Really?
Like, Barry season 4 is the last season? Yeah, no shit. I've known that for like a year, but I obviously haven't because it just came out. And there was something else like that too.
There's too much to pay attention to these days. Who knows? I'm going to go with some sort of a psychic.
I prefer that. It's so weird. It's happened multiple times recently where I'm like, didn't we all know this? What are you all talking about?
It's also incredibly possible that my memory is faulty, which we already know. So
No, but like the, entertainment news will put out a thing and I'm like, I know, but I couldn't have.
I don't know.
Or could I have? No,
you couldn't have.
No.
Patreon.com/GTTUpod. Support, dive into the world of Scream. Scream 6, all about it, Monday. Spoiler free to start. Can't wait.
I hope we're all about it. I did see a headline of a review.
I saw, as we're recording right now, Rotten Tomatoes has a few reviews up. And so I've seen some good, I've seen some bad.
Yeah.
My goal is to go in with low expectations.
Always.
Which is...
That's not true, not
usually
always.
Usually you end up being blown away when your expectations are low.
The ideal conditions.
But also, I'm already committed to seeing it 3 times this weekend, so I'd better like it.
What?
Yeah.
Like you bought tickets and everything? For what?
I mean, I see it technically free because AMC A-list.
Right. But are they just normal showings or are you seeing it in different formats?
I want to do different formats. Right now, I'm seeing it with you on Thursday, and then I'm going to see it on Friday at noon, hopefully to reinforce for a review. I don't know when we're going to record.
I thought we were recording after the movie
right
tomorrow
after?
night.
Maybe, sure.
That's what
fine.
you said.
Oh, okay. Then fine.
Okay.
And then I'm seeing it again on Sunday with Bobby.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
full lineup.
3D, it looks like, is happening still, which was not what had originally been reported. So I do want to see it in 3D. I'll probably go to the 4DX just to tell you about it. To get my ire up and then tell you all about it. I don't know.
Works for me.
Yeah.
Well, let's get our ire down with some listener questions.
Please.
Okay, this was a popular one. This was from Devin and also John and Cacao About Town on Instagram. They all separately asked, which haunted location would you like to go to and which location would you never go to?
Oh, now the implication is there, like, I would never go to this haunted location. Too scary.
Yeah.
Right? Too much risk.
Or whatever. But I would imagine, yes.
I don't know that I feel that way. Like, is there one that you would be like, I got to stay away from there?
No, just anything. I guess if it was like super dilapidated or something and there was a risk of the roof caving in on me.
Just genuinely unsafe.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But no, there's nowhere that I'm aware of that I'd be like, no, this is too spiritually dangerous.
Right.
So I don't know. And a place that I would like to go to, any and all, but I know that's not a fun answer. So let me think of an interesting one. Does anything spring to mind for you?
Yeah, the Stanley Hotel.
Oh, I would love to go to the Stanley Hotel.
I'd love to go to the Stanley Hotel. Yeah. The band Murder by Death plays there pretty frequently, it seems.
Yeah.
And I like that band quite a bit. And the Stanley Hotel is the inspiration behind Stephen King's The Shining.
Yeah.
So I've always felt like that'd be fun. But also I feel like I probably will do that someday. You know, Al's into The Shining as well. This wouldn't be some, got to trick my way to get there. It feels like we'll probably do that or something. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be.
Which it means it's not maybe that fun. Do I need to pick something where it's like, there's no like Area 51 of ghosts?
Yeah.
That would be nice.
What's the most famous place that's like still existing? Stanley Hotel is certainly up there. Amityville isn't really a thing.
They changed the windows, yeah. Enfield, Poltergeist Haunting, The Conjuring House.
Yeah, that's true. I guess right now The Conjuring House is probably like one of the more famous existing places you could go. You know what's something that doesn't exist anymore that I would love to go to? The Warrens Museum. That was just in their basement.
Yeah, true. Yeah.
But it's not there anymore.
Yeah. This is also not the same thing. Well, maybe it is depending on how you believe like the lore around this movie. I would love to go to the Exorcist steps.
Oh, yeah.
Which is in like Baltimore. Like you could go there quite easily. Just haven't.
Yeah.
Yeah, all of them are doable. Like, all of them are so doable where it's like, do we make like a bucket list and like make sure we hit them? Start
knocking them off.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there are a bunch of really cool places.
That's fun.
I'd like to go to a haunted castle.
Oh, really?
I don't know what. I don't know which one or anything, but I'd like a castle setting. I feel like that would be fun to investigate. I feel like one of the early like ghost shows that I watched was when the Travel Channel was not just all ghost stuff. And I don't remember what it was called. So I'm sorry, this is annoying, but it was like it was a British ghost show. And I remember they would investigate castles a lot.
Oh, that's
It
interesting.
looked awesome.
I've been to, I think it was Van Slyke Castle in Canada. And I've been to a few abandoned castles around here.
Yeah.
But yeah, like a good old, like British scary cat. I would love to go to Ireland.
Yeah, I would too.
And I bet that Ireland has some older structures that are basically castles.
Definitely. Yeah, it's probably chock-a-block full.
Totally.
All right. This next question is from the Mercope. Listening back to episode 48, did you ever watch the newer Scooby-Doos, which is ghost, live-action ones, etc.? Well, we did watch the live-action one, I don't know, a few months ago or something.
Yeah, that's right.
At my house.
About that, right.
That was fun.
Sure. I had a good time with that.
Yeah.
Didn't watch the sequel.
No, I haven't. I would, but I haven't watched it yet.
Do you know that a Scooby-Doo movie just leaked?
No.
You know how like Warner Brothers canceled all these movies? Like Batgirl is the big one.
Yep.
There's also a fully produced CGI Scooby-Doo movie.
Oh.
That they shelved and just will never be seen. And an animated one.
Oh.
Which is Scooby-Doo meeting Crypto the Superdog, Superman's dog.
Okay.
And that leaked.
Oh.
Like
did
literally
you watch
like
it?
Yesterday or the day before or something like that. No, I didn't watch it.
Yeah.
I haven't, there's a Scooby-Doo show that I think I would want to watch. I don't watch many cartoons.
Yeah.
But there is and I'm not trying to put down cartoons either. I just don't.
Yeah.
But there was a cartoon of Scooby-Doo, like one of the many spin-offs that I think was just called Mystery Incorporated.
That rings a bell.
And I think rather than being like a ghost of the week, because that's Scooby-Doo is usually you tune into an episode and they're running from the abominable snowman, beginning, middle, end, it's over.
Yep.
This was a serialized story where it's like the kids live in Coolsville and they're investigating ghosts, but there's a big bad looming over everything. And so it was like an adventuring sort of kid mystery horror story.
Yeah.
That went on for a few seasons.
Oh,
and I would be kind of curious to watch that. I like the idea of a long form Scooby-Doo where they're continuing to investigate something. That sounds fun to me.
I prefer that to like case of the week things. If there's like a case of the weeky sort of thing, I always like it better when there's at least some sort of like connecting thread for the whole thing. So that sounds awesome.
Have you watched Velma at all?
No, I haven't. Have you?
No, I only know about all of the like ire around it, but yeah, I haven't seen it.
It was like a 1% on Rotten Tomatoes or something.
Although I did see did you see that like the cold open of it is high schoolers in the shower?
No.
Do you know about this?
No. What's the deal?
I confirmed. This is true. The opening of the show is like Velma and Daphne in the showers, and then someone runs in and everyone's like, "Oh my God, what are you doing in here?" or something like that, implying like, yeah, we shouldn't be seeing this stuff. The characters in this context are 17. And they're in the shower, and that's how the show opens.
So weird.
Now there are strategic bubbles.
No, I know. Yeah.
But it's a weird choice.
It's strange
to start your show in a high school girls' gym shower. Whatever.
I've got real feelings about this. I also haven't seen it, but there's that show Euphoria. That's all about like, teenagers like doing the do and doing drugs and stuff like that.
Yep.
And they're played by adults. But I know it's like super graphic, and I think it's very weird.
Yeah.
That's like, we're watching, I don't know how old they are, let's say 17, that you're like watching 17-year-olds doing it and stuff. I think it's strange.
Now, I've seen one episode of Euphoria, and I think I ended up saying to Allie that made me feel old and bad and gross.
Yeah.
And like I want to take a shower and old.
Yeah.
But I remember being 17, and I remember kids popping off. So it happens, but I don't know. In my 30s, I'm not interested.
Same. It obviously happens. I don't think it doesn't. I'm not like, prude about that, but I think it's strange to make that our entertainment.
Yeah, I totally
like
agree.
Mainstream entertainment. I just think it's weird.
There was also a show on Hulu. It was two comedians. They're women, and their show was about being in high school. And they played
Pen
their
15.
high school. Pen 15, that's right.
Yeah.
But they were women in their 30s pretending to be 13.
Yeah.
But they're still like winking at boys in class and like shooting like innuendo at these like preteen boys. And I was like, ooh, not to be the I know the stigma this has, where anybody who goes like, can you imagine if it was the opposite? Like usually it's dum-dums who say that, but like
yes.
But for real, this is crazy. This is crazy.
It is true. But what I've seen of that show was funny. But it still is really weird.
It was weird. I feel like one of them was like, ooh, look at Jeremy. And it was funny because like it was a nerdy, like awkward boy, but
right, it's like a 30-year-old.
That's crazy.
It is. Yeah. It is. It's super weird. Okay, so Kat has a whole bunch of questions, and we're just going to take them one at a time.
Okay.
What is the scariest, paranormal or otherwise, situation you have ever been in?
I'm going to say none. I don't think what was amazing is like you and I did that haunted investigation around October, right? For Halloween, we went on an actual ghost hunt. The whole audio of this, it's like 3 hours of audio, and it's very fun, is up on our Patreon. And one of my biggest takeaways was like, I can't believe I'm not scared.
Yeah.
Like there's something that's like normalizing about actually being there and talking to an empty room in the dark where it's like, I don't know, you start to think of them not as spooky ghosts, but as people who might be listening.
Yeah, I totally felt the same way.
So none.
I mean, I'm trying to think if anything has scared me besides that, like when I was younger or something. I don't know. I know I've talked about it before on the show. I remember being scared when I went to like a haunted forest kind of scenario.
Okay.
It was like a haunt. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I remember that being scary.
If you go by that, Universal
God.
horror nights
I don't think
or
I was scared. I was on edge.
It's like stressed out.
Just like stressful. Yeah, I guess the haunted forest thing would be that way too.
I had vertigo from a roller coaster, and then we were walking through hordes of people, and I was sick of people touching me.
Oh, right, yeah.
Yeah, I went on that Harry Potter ride.
Yeah, that's right.
Went on a Harry Potter.
That is scary.
I know I've told this places before. I'm just I'll barrel through it real quick. I went on this Harry Potter ride, escaped from Gringots, the bank. And I'm like Hagrid, you know, I'm enormous. And so I was.
You're not enormous.
I am. I'm 6'3", like 350 pounds at least. So I'm sitting in this thing and the bar doesn't like go. I thought it went all the way down.
Yeah.
And then a guy came around to check the bars to make sure all the like belt straps are in. He goes, this one doesn't seem tight enough. And I went,
that is horrible.
I went, all right, cool, fine, I'll get out. And he goes, no, it's probably all right. And he walks away. And then I had this thought in my head where I'm like, well, now am I going to look like I'm panicking? It's so funny how pride works. Like, I'd rather not be embarrassed by shying away from the ride, and I'd rather barrel forward into certain doom.
Well, also, there was like a time clock going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you were under duress.
Right.
So
then the ride goes, and you're flying through pitch black. And I was pictured like, you know, like the log flume where they take your picture as you go down. If a camera's on me at any point, I would have looked like a human statue. Yeah. I was locked in tight. Just staring forward, not enjoying myself at all. Because I just kept picturing the bar going up and then me just whoop, flying
right out.
Getting mangled in the dark somewhere, you know? Made it to the end, but I had the dizzies. I had, for the first time in my life, I had hardcore vertigo, probably from the stress and the ride itself.
Right.
And I didn't know what it was. All I remember was saying to you and Allie, like, I feel like I'm high. I don't understand what's happening, but something was wrong.
Yeah.
And then we went to horror nights and I was like, I can't be in here.
That
right
was
now.
miserable.
It was horrible.
That was totally miserable. And while Will was on the ride, so I hate roller coasters. I knew that going in, but I guess I had heard like, oh, Gringots is like not really much of anything. So I got online with him and Allie, and I had locked my purse away in these little lockers that they have, and Allie and I did it together, and then she used her fingerprint to seal it.
Okay.
So then we were on the line, and it looks like Gringots. And then I started to notice signs on the walls that said, like, if you are pregnant, don't go on this ride. If you have, like, seizures, don't go on this ride. And I was like, this doesn't seem like a nothing ride to me anymore.
Right.
And it was like a line, like a single file line that like snaked around with like, I don't know if it was actually velvet ropes, but that kind of thing. And I was like, guys, I'm not going on this. This is going to be too intense. And I had to go past all the people, be like, oh, excuse me, pardon me, and squeeze my way out of there.
Oh, you made the right move.
I know. But then I couldn't get my purse or anything. So I didn't have any money out of my phone. And you guys were on, it took an hour and a half, that process. So I just like was sitting. I mean, not a terrible setting to be sitting in.
Honestly,
and I walked around.
I love chilling it.
But with nothing.
I know.
Nothing.
Yeah.
I couldn't even put my hands in my pockets, maybe. Maybe I wasn't wearing pockets.
Sure.
I don't know. But I was just like helpless.
Yeah.
And it was really weird. And then we went to horror nights and hated it.
Oh, it was horrible. It was horrible. At least we saw that Bill and Ted show.
Yeah, at least that.
Thank God.
Okay. What is the stupidest injury you have ever had?
That's funny.
I know.
Oh, that's funny. I like that. The stupidest injury.
Yeah.
Huh. Oh, I don't know.
I got one.
Okay.
I was sewing in school for like home ec or something like that. And the needle went through my finger. I don't remember which one, like really through it. And I ripped it away. So I ripped the whole needle out of the sewing machine.
Ooh.
Like that's like a hard needle.
It's,
you know what I mean? It's like built into the machine. I ripped the whole thing out. I was just like, ah! And I guess went to the nurse or whatever. It's like this big ass needle that I ripped the whole thing.
Yeah. I remember we had just moved into this house and I was putting together a cabinet for the bathroom. Mm-hmm. And I don't know what I was doing, but when I hit the wood, it like wobbled or something. And I basically just like smashed the hammer into my middle finger.
Yeah.
And like busted the nail in half. Mm-hmm. And I had just, when we moved into the house, I had just gotten hired to write Blackwood.
Yeah.
So I had to write the whole show, 6 episodes with a tender busted finger. And
that took was that the time your fingernail was like black?
Yeah.
Yeah, that took a long time.
It took a long
heal.
time.
Yeah.
And it was gnarly.
Yeah.
But it was like such like a miserable irony where I'm like, I just got hired to be a professional writer and I smashed my finger with a hammer. Where it's like psychologically there's gotta
what
be
does
something.
This mean?
Yeah, exactly. But also it was just like some, I don't know, fate, irony, karma.
It was like, making you work for it.
Yeah, how dare you? So I had to write the whole thing with a busted fingy.
Aw. Okay, what is the weirdest text you have ever received?
All right, I've got one.
Okay.
Do you have one?
Yeah.
Okay. There's the other side of this explanation is, okay. In high school, right? Allie and I met on stage.
Yeah.
We were in a play together and pretty much immediately became friends, but I also basically immediately clocked Allie as like, oh, I like her. So years and years and years of being friends and like never had an on again, off again. We didn't date in high school, nothing like that. But like, I don't know. I guess I was so decided that like this would never work because I'm a dork or something. So we get into like a fight, whatever. And I basically, I think it was around me being like, these are my feelings for you, my true like being very emotional.
Yeah.
Late teens, early 20s. And we didn't talk for a long time. And then finally one day on AOL Instant Messenger, I got a message from Allie that was like, it broke the silence, like 6 months of silence. She goes, I saw this and I immediately knew that you would, like have a response to this. And I was like, oh, she knows me so well. I looked at it. It was an article about how like 50 horses had been put down for doping.
Oh my God.
At like
what?
I don't know, the Iditarod? I don't know what that is. That with dogs, whatever. But like, it was like all these horses had to be put down because they were drugged for a horse race. And I didn't understand why she sent this to me or why is this the thing that breaks the ice?
Yeah.
And so I wrote back with the ice being broken. I wrote back with a smile on my face. Only you would know. I would hate to hear about dozens of horses being murdered.
Yeah, she knows you so well.
You know me so well.
Yeah.
And I sent it, and within like a millisecond, I got back, fudge you. She was so annoyed that I had not taken it seriously. But it did break the ice. And then we were off and running, started dating not long after that.
Yeah.
Been married now for 7 years.
Yeah.
But on her side of it, she like had just seen something and knew I was an animal lover and was, I think, trying to break the ice or something.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I made fun of it but it worked out.
It did. It absolutely did. For me, I got a text one day that said, do you cheese her?
Yeah.
That was a weird text.
This was great. The response was great too.
Yeah. Go ahead. What's going on?
Okay. So yeah. I was at Verizon. I don't know, looking at new phones. I don't even think smartphones were out yet.
I don't think so.
But they had like all these phones on the floor that you could use. And I texted you, I think it was with Bobby. Yep. And I was just like, oh, we'll text Christy. What should I say? And we wrote, do you cheeser? The CHEESR. Almost like it was some sort of like an app these days.
Yeah, right. Cheeser.
But sent it. And then I think pretty quickly, because we were still standing at the floor model, a text came in from you that said, yeah, sure, I like cheese. What's up?
Yeah.
Who's this?
Yeah.
Something like that.
What's going on?
You got a text from a number you didn't recognize, but totally responded in kind. Sure, I like cheese.
No, I figured it was you. Yes. It seemed like just such a weird thing.
It was so stupid.
But yeah, I also regularly, every week, sometimes multiple times a week, get texts for somebody named Floyd, who was somehow involved in the sale of our old house.
Oh.
And for some reason, his number and my number have gotten all mushed together because I've gotten voicemails for him. I get texts. And also, I really don't understand what's going on. He must be like, his number must be a digit off of mine and he typos his number because
all the time.
Not only do I get texts from people being like, hey, Floyd, is 321 Meadow Lane available? I also get tons of like Republican spam texts.
Oh.
That he must have signed up for or something. It's so weird and so annoying.
That's really annoying. Allie has something like that with somebody's email address.
Oh, really?
Just like fudge it enough and it goes to Allie instead of this other person.
Yeah, it happens and I never get like a fun one. It's always somebody wanting to know about a property or like Trump needs my help.
Of course.
It's so weird.
Yes.
And all to Floyd. Like, hey, Floyd.
No, at least Floyd's not helping.
Yeah, I guess
you're making sure that they don't get to Floyd.
I guess that is true. Okay. If you could become immortal, would you? And why?
Oof. I don't think so.
Me neither.
No.
Who needs it? That's too long.
Bit of a hassle. It's been pretty long, hasn't it?
Yeah.
Being around for 30
39. Yeah.
39 years. It's like, this has been a long time, everybody.
It'll be enough already at some point.
I think so. Plus,
and also, I would need everyone to be immortal then, or at least everybody I like.
Right. You don't want to watch everybody die and then you're just sitting, cackling because you're now in mourning for everybody you've ever met.
Yeah, right.
Plus, how immortal are we talking? Do we outlive the planet and then all of a sudden, you know, we're just floating around in space, orbiting the sun?
Right. What are the limits to this? Yeah. Are vampires just going to live for absolute ever?
Yeah.
Boy, that's too long.
Miserable.
Yeah.
No. Would not be.
No. What is your most useless talent? I would say that mine is being able to recognize like really vague character actors and things.
I think we share this talent.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say mine is the same. Yeah. Or just knowledge of old stuff.
Yeah, that too.
Did
you watch History of the World Part 2 yet?
No, I did not.
I haven't either.
No, I would like to watch it.
Yeah.
Quick recommendation for people. While Mel Brooks is sort of having another moment, thankfully. A lot of people point to Young Frankenstein as being like a great horror comedy, and it absolutely is.
Yeah.
Do not sleep on High Anxiety.
Yeah.
Watch the movie High Anxiety. It is Mel Brooks homaging and satirizing Hitchcock.
Yeah.
So many Hitchcock references. And it is so goddamn funny. Both of those movies. Young Frankenstein, but it gets its spotlight all the time.
Yeah.
High Anxiety. Get into it.
High Anxiety is incredible. Madeline Kahn is incredible in it.
So good. Mel Brooks is incredible.
Yeah, he is.
He's the lead character in it, and he's fantastic. It's funny to tell people not to sleep on a movie that's 50 years old.
I know, but no, nobody talks about it.
Nobody talks about it, and it is unbelievably funny.
Yes.
And the Hitchcock references are like the definition of what you would say is like a loving reference. I think that they are reverential references.
Yeah, maybe it's time for High Anxiety because everybody's enjoying picking out Easter eggs and things.
Yes.
You know, like maybe it needs a look.
It is so good.
It's incredible. Yeah. My Facebook header thing was High Anxiety for I don't know, like years.
That's right. Mel Brooks going down that swirling vortex, the vertigo vortex.
It's so good. Okay, what is the weirdest superstition you know? I guess not even that we have, that you know.
That you know.
The weirdest superstition. Let me think.
I don't know, not to be boring, but a lot of it would be like religion-based things. Yeah.
I don't know if I can only think of like the very basic superstitions, like breaking a mirror, being 7 years bad luck,
I'll give you one.
Cat crossing your path.
I could have lived without that one time Mom tried to get us to eat herring on New Year's Day.
One time? Are you kidding? Multiple.
Well, you still live in the house with her. So.
it hasn't happened.
Oh, okay. She doesn't come up the stairs on New Year's Day with fish on a spoon.
No, we were living at home. It was multiple years.
Was it really? I blocked it then.
Yes.
I just remember being like, no,
you are absolutely
right. You're not going to get me to eat that, so you may as well stop asking.
Oh God, yeah, totally. I was about to say I like some superstitions. I was going to say that I've made good luck New Year's food, but that's good luck. That's not superstition. Yeah. It's just like fun. Like I made so like round things are supposed to be good luck in general, but on New Year's Eve because they symbolize coins.
Oh, so that's why it's such good luck when you come across those like deer chocolates.
Exactly. That's why you're supposed to eat them up because you're bringing prosperity.
Yeah, of course.
But no, like it's supposed to symbolize like coins and stuff. I guess anytime, but like for the new year. Mm-hmm. So I made, what the hell is it called? I guess I came across a recipe and I was like, oh, this could be round in multiple ways. Garth Brooks' wife, Trisha Yearwood, makes a tortellini casserole, a tortellini breakfast casserole.
What?
For him that he loves.
It sounds like you shouldn't be eating this every morning.
No, you definitely shouldn't. So it's like tortellinis, and then I put it in a round pan. So it was round on round.
Right,
yeah.
Right. And it goes in the bowl, which is round.
Exactly. Trisha
I have a square toilet. Triangular.
Tortellini. Okay, Trisha Yearwood tortellini breakfast autofills. Let's see.
Yeah, I can't wait.
Okay. So there's a feature on thetakeout.com that says, I made Garth's breakfast bowl and now I'm spiraling. Let me go down to the recipe so I can tell you.
That's a bad thing.
I know. I feel like I saw this on people.com or something. I don't think I saw this, but oh damn, I don't know. Whatever. It was like tater tots and tortellini and like sausage and cheese and like all of this stuff.
Yeah.
So I guess that's my superstition.
That's what Garth Brooks eats every morning.
That's my weirdest one. Yeah, exactly. What's the weirdest gift you have ever received?
Oof. Well, we have a whole tradition around weird gifts. Mm-hmm. So do we have to exclude that?
I don't know. No, I think we can include it. Why not?
Include it?
Yeah. So, part of our family does a thing where you get each other just like the strangest, like most off-putting gift you can, and there's like a $5 limit.
Off-putting?
So, yeah.
I should be off-putting. I think that's a Zach Galifianakis joke.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think of my weirdest one.
I got some dope gifts.
Yeah.
Al gave me a Wii U on our anniversary one year.
That's awesome.
Sick. It's also the day I proposed to her, but I remember it because of the Wii U.
Of course.
Man, I don't know. I get some good gifts.
I don't know either. I think I do.
Oh, I've got one.
What?
I've got one. It's a little revealing, but of a job I had so long ago now at this point that I think I can finally tell it.
Yeah.
I used to work at a company and I was a manager. I had employees. And one of my employees, I mean, I don't think anybody watches, but still, it's a little vulnerable.
Okay.
I kept my writing and podcasting life so distinct from this job.
Yeah.
That I think that they were pretty surprised when I was like, I'm quitting because I'm going to go make stuff.
Yeah, right.
But so one of my employees, it was a temp, and he was every day I would have to be like, buddy, I'm getting more complaints about you whistling and snapping your fingers and clapping and stuff. And he'd go like, oh, I just try to stay in motion all day because it burns calories. I'd be like, through whistling? And he goes, well, yeah, like whistling and like dancing. And I was like,
it must have been a white lie.
We're going to need less whistling and snapping. Like as a manager, this was a hard critique to be like, people are complaining about them.
That is tough.
And that was the minimum.
Yeah.
There were so many things. Mm-hmm. So we had our holiday party and it was a white elephant. So everybody's supposed to bring a gift. And then you do the thing where like, you might end up with any one of these gifts. They're not, you don't buy something for a person. There's
people can
pot
steal.
Of gifts. Yeah. So at this party, I was so bummed out because some of the gifts that usually ended up in that pot were so good.
Yeah.
And I opened mine. I went like second. I could have stolen somebody else's, but instead I reached for this one gift and I took it. And it was a set of jumper cables. It was like
weird.
It was like just like a sack with jumper cables in it.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, good. Well, it's very practical because you never know who put it in there, so you don't want to neg the gift. So I was like, thank you guys so much. But then it was that guy. He went, that's from me, Will. And I was like, of course it is.
Just everything about you is just like a little strange.
Why'd I have to get that one?
Yeah,
I couldn't have gotten, oh man. And then no one wanted to steal it for the whole night. And then he got, and you know, he drank so much that he asked me if I would drive him home. And even then I was like, I had to like leave the party with him and be like, bye everybody. And
we're going to hang out.
Like, oh man.
I'm sure you just want to be like, bye, I'm driving him home.
Yeah, I think it was, known. But then in the car on the way back, he's like, so sorry, I forgot that there was like a gift thing. So like when we were there, I like ran out at one point and there was a gas station down the road. It's like, I wish you didn't even tell me that. Like,
right.
How diminished can you make this thing that I got be? You know, like it's like, all right. I just feel like I wasn't part of that party or event.
Right.
But whatever.
I really don't know.
Yeah.
I'm really drawing a blank.
Yeah.
I don't know. Okay, I just got one. It's kind of I guess it was kind of a gift. Our sister Karen gave me just randomly, and it was because she realized it was messed up, but it was funny. Okay. She painted like, I don't know, at a party or something, or just, do you know what I'm talking about to say?
I started laughing because it rings a bell, but I don't know.
Like, I don't know the scenario, but like our sister Karen and our sister Lynn, I don't know, they do like activities like a lot, which I think is awesome. Yeah.
The social too
Yeah.
Aside from us.
Yes. They got all the social
They got the
genes.
social charm, and then we got sitting in a basement.
Genes. Yeah.
Yes.
So Karen painted a light switch cover
Okay.
that was a frog, I think, sitting. You know what I'm talking about now?
Yep.
It was a frog, I think, sitting on a mushroom.
Yeah.
And then she realized, because the light switch cover, when you put it on the light switch, the light switch is right where the frog's wiener would be.
Right.
So she gave that to me.
That is very funny. That is very funny. That is very Karen.
I had it up for a long time. It actually went with the decor of my room.
It did. I remember that.
Yeah.
That is it's very funny. That's the kind of thing too that, like, I bet they sell that at Spencer's or something.
Yeah.
But if it, like, the charm of realizing too late
totally
is what makes it.
Yeah, I wish I still had it. Who knows where it went, but
yeah.
It's so I mean, it was 20 something years
that's
ago.
so funny.
It was really, really funny. Okay, and this last question from Kat is, what would your reaction be if you saw a ghost?
Ooh. Yeah, I think
shock. I'd be shocked. I'd just be like, oh my God, oh my God. I think I would just be frozen.
We've been looking for you.
Yeah.
I've said that if I ever see a ghost, I hope that I'm with someone else. Mm-hmm. So that I don't have to do it alone, and so that there's, like, another pair of eyes to corroborate.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, true.
I wonder if it would be fear, though.
I think I would be scared.
You'd be scared?
It's just so shocking. Like, in the moment, I would be scared. I don't think I'd be living in fear then, but just like, and also it's their whole thing that they're scary. I think that there's enough of that just sort of like ground into me that seeing a ghost is scary, is that I would be shocked and scared. I
miss being scared. I'm just not. I've watched some early Mike Flanagan movies recently, and god damn.
Yeah.
The way that Mike Flanagan creates ghosts, they are simultaneously recognizable and, like, unknowable.
Yeah.
And they are scary. And it brings me back to where I can be scared of the idea of ghosts, which I love.
Yeah.
I love ghosts. I am so used to these days thinking about the idea of ghosts being a person who's somehow still lingering and able to be contacted. That, to me, I almost feel like I'd be torn between wanting to be in the moment and record it.
Yeah.
Like, that would be my two things. But, like, my brain didn't go to, like, boo ghosts. My brain went to, like, seeing a person standing there, but they're translucent. Yeah. Which is a shame. I must feel like like boring for that. I wish I was more scared.
I think you would be shocked.
I think it would chip away at your sanity a little bit.
Yeah.
But, like, I really think that right on the heels of that, it would be like, I need to record this.
Document this.
I need to document this so that people believe me.
And then you're just going to put it on YouTube, and there are going to be a million people who are like, yeah.
I know, exactly.
This is so fake.
Yeah.
All right. So before we move on to more of your awesome questions, we want to tell you about a podcast that you should be listening to. It includes atmospheric, spooky stories released on the 13th of every month, original, long-form, character-driven stories, no creepypastas or Reddit stories, so this is all stuff that you can only hear here, professional music and scoring, and stories that will stick with you long after they're over. This is the podcast 13, spelled out THIRTEEN.
Maybe one of the best names for, like, a spooky story podcast. Right to the point.
Yes.
It's a number that is gruesomely unlucky.
You're right. And their, like, logo art is really good and atmospheric. Really nailed it.
The show is less Friday the 13th, more Haunting of Hill House. We're talking about Mike Flanagan.
Yep.
I mean, that sounds absolutely up my alley.
It was perfectly set up.
You'll get haunted houses, lost loves, witchy occult tales, and the dark side of the people we think we know best. You'll get scares, but you'll also get so much more. You'll laugh, you'll cry, and you'll fall in love. Search for 13 wherever you listen to podcasts and visit our show notes for links.
That's right. So 13. Check that out. I hope you all enjoyed that show.
Yeah, go check it out, everybody.
Super, super cool. And if you're looking for more shows, you can head on over to patreon.com/GTTUpod, where we have a whole second podcast called The Netherworld Dispatch. There are almost 100 episodes of it out there right now, and you can check out our different tiers, see which one works for you. And if you pick the Demon tier, which is $13 a month, you get a new episode every single week.
Yes, and we also just saw a headline literally today. Patreon and Spotify are teaming up so that you can get the Patreon stuff in your Spotify app.
Yeah.
So stay tuned for that or Google it, whatever. But like this thing ain't going anywhere, and we have got so much good Patreon content.
Yes.
The most recent episode, as I mentioned earlier, is all about Scream 6 marketing. So looking at trailers, looking at promo images, but so much like theorizing and even playing. There's a crossword that they made. We play that.
Yeah, that's right.
We did so much, probably too much.
Yeah.
But go check it out. Super fun. Got some praise from Liz Sauer of Ghost and the Burbs, who greatly enjoyed it, evidently.
Oh, good. I didn't see that.
Yes.
Love Liz.
Commented on Instagram.
Liz and I are very closely monitoring the potential Zak Bagans scandal that could be brewing.
What?
I don't know. Liz and I, not to tell tales out of school, Liz, I hope you don't mind me saying, Liz and I both suspect it's Much Ado About Nothing, but there is this show called Destination Fear that's also on the Travel Channel that Zak Bagans apparently produces and just got canceled. And I guess one of the guys who's on, one of the guys who's on it put out a video being like, yeah, we're really disappointed. Zak didn't have anything to do with it getting canceled, whatever, because that's what people were saying for whatever reason. Yeah. And then he was like, but having said that, are Zak and I friends? No.
Whoa.
Do I think he's a great guy? No. Whatever. So then the paranormal community on Twitter and everything and TikTok, I guess, is all like, bah!
Yeah.
And then Nick Groff put out some sort of
I saw that.
Yeah. Some sort of cryptic thing about,
ask your questions.
Well, even
I will
before that,
be
but
candid and give answers to whatever you want to know. And Nick Groff famously left Ghost Adventures in season 10.
Even before that, it seems like in response to that guy's video and people starting to talk about stuff, he put up some sort of cryptic quote about, I don't even remember, people being, not what you think or something.
People being phony, people being fake, not who they think you think they are.
Something like that,
Everyone wants to take their shot at the king. Okay? And heavy is the head that wears the crown.
That's right. Yep. And so then in the comments, everybody's like, oh, go in, bro, or whatever. And so it seems like then in response to that, he put out that thing that said, ask all your questions, I'll answer. And Liz and I both, again, sorry, Liz, I hope you don't mind.
Oh, feel free to speak for Liz. Great. Put words in her mouth.
I think it's neutral enough that she wouldn't mind that I'm saying. Will's looking at me critically. We both feel this all happened.
I don't like you're making this statement. This feels like parents being like, we both feel that you should go to magic camp, right? We both feel what? What do you and Liz both feel?
We both feel this news, this scandal whipped up last week, and there's been no follow up. We both kind of wonder if it's that Zak was a jerk to them, which sure sucks or whatever. Yeah. But I don't know. Everybody's waiting for the takedown.
Right.
And I'll speak for only myself. I am skeptical that a significant takedown is coming.
Right.
Because I don't know.
They're acting like this guy from Destination Fear is Scar and Zak Bagans is Mufasa. And all the antelopes are down there waiting to trample all over him. I don't think it's going to happen. I think Mufasa's getting back up. Long live the king.
Kind of. And it's not because I'm so obsessed with Zak that I'm oh, he couldn't have done anything. But just, I think it's strange that nobody has said anything further yet.
Yeah.
And what was said was so vague to begin with. It just sounds like it's going to be Zak is kind of a jerk, and you know what I mean? I don't know. We'll see.
Zak said that he was going to tweet about us a bunch, and he didn't tweet about us as much as he said he probably would.
Right.
And we could have used that visibility. Is it going to be businessy?
Yeah.
He didn't do as much as we think he could have.
I wonder. And look, if it's something terrible, then I'm listening. I'm always listening.
People are ready for him to be proven. But you know my stance on Zak Bagans.
I know.
Unimpeachable.
I know it.
believe every word he's ever said.
Of course. Yeah. But I don't know. You mentioned Liz and it was relevant, I thought I would say because it's kind of funny.
Anyway, patreon.com/GTTU.
Oh, yeah, that's right. Yep.
Scream 6 review is coming this Monday. It'll be spoiler free to start. Check out at GTTU Pod. We're going to put out a little thing so that people can share their rankings along with us.
Yeah, it'll be in our Instagram stories.
Yes.
Okay, so back to our questions. Stoofers the Great asks, what are your favorite podcasts?
Yeah. I feel like I listen to things less than I have in years.
Same. I said that, I think, on a Patreon episode or something.
Yeah. So all my stuff is like things I've been listening to for so long.
Yeah.
How Did This Get Made? Love How Did This Get Made?
Yep.
I think you had recommended their Morbius episode to me recently. I did
check
it out. Outstanding.
It's fantastic. I'm a couple episodes behind, so I haven't listened. I need to listen to the number 23 and then on. Have you listened to that yet?
I did listen to the number 23. Yes, I did.
I'm really looking forward to it.
They go hardcore on Top Secrets.
Maybe I'll listen to it on the way home.
Which we have referenced together.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to love hearing them talk about Top Secrets.
I can't wait.
And also, there's so much more about why that movie was made in the first place.
Excellent.
You're going to love it. You're going to get nuts.
Yeah.
Tell him Steve Dave, which is weird because now I've made contact.
Yeah.
I've done a couple shows with them.
I would say, didn't just make contact, you've worked with them.
Yeah, Walt texted me the other day.
Yeah.
I have Walt's phone number. I text Walt.
Yep.
Walt Flanagan, who has been referenced as early as Clerks. I think he's in that movie like 5 times.
Yeah.
But then like in Mallrats, they go like, that bastard's faster than Walt Flanagan's dog. Like this is a guy that like I've heard about and like heard on commentaries for a million years. I was texting with him the other day.
Yeah, that's so cool.
Cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. What about Mega 64 podcast? I still greatly enjoy. How about you?
Honestly, like the How Did This Get Made extended universe.
Yeah.
So How Did This Get Made? Then June Diane and Jessica St. Clair have a show called The Deep Dive that I listen to pretty much every week. Then friends of theirs who've also been on How Did This Get Made, Casey Wilson and Danielle Schneider, have a Housewives podcast called Bitch Sesh. Then other friend who's been on the show, Kulap Velisak, has a show with Suchin Pak called Add to Cart.
Okay.
Other friends who've been on the show, Matt Grassi and Dave Holmes have a show called Homophilia. You're
in the How Did This Get Made-averse.
Those are my most listened to podcasts, hands down. Wow. I like never miss a bitch sesh and pretty much never miss a deep dive.
That's interesting. That's very cool.
Yeah.
Oh boy, what was I about to say? Because we have got our sort of like friends. We're in a good zone as well. You mentioned Liz Sauer of Ghost and the Burbs, of course. There's Bethany and Dennis of The Check-In.
Yeah.
American Hysteria. Chelsea just asked me if I would do some more voices. I guess I'll be playing the devil coming up soon.
Nice.
We've got our good little pocket universe as well.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. We know some cool people. Okay. So this is from your girl Ray. What are ghosts doing the other 99% of the time when they're not knocking things over? A great question. They're always pushing a penny.
Yeah. Oh. Learning how to push those pennies from Buggy Ding Dong down on the subway.
The movie Ghost has that. Yeah, I know. They're always trying to get our attention by knocking things over. I guess besides that, they're watching us in the shower.
I think that's pretty damn close. I'm going to give you my very woo-woo sentimental answer.
Okay.
I have this notion that if people continue to exist beyond death, and if it's this like sitting on a cloud looking down watching us notion, this guardian angel type notion, I would almost think that no matter what you're doing, if you're doing something right, they're proud of you. If you're doing something wrong, I think that they've even got this sort of like, I remember making mistakes too.
I know.
But he'll end up being sorted out in the end.
I imagine the same thing, that they have this like now otherworldly perspective that looks at the big picture where they're never mad at you or anything. Yes. They really understand the reasons that things happen.
I wasn't perfect either.
Yeah.
It's hard to be a human.
Yes,
right?
Exactly.
And even if you're doing something gross, whatever definition of gross, they're like, that's what being a human was like.
Yeah.
I remember that. And it's almost like a non-issue.
Yes.
Right? That is
same way.
Firmly how I have always sort of like pictured the afterlife.
Yeah, same. That's funny.
But I'll give you the downside of this too.
Uh-oh.
I've also imagined like what are the things that like plague you in life, right? Like is it like social anxiety, let's just say with social anxiety. We'll use this as an example of any trait a person can be.
Yeah.
And again, we're raised a particular way where I still have in my head heaven and hell. Not everybody's got that.
Yeah.
But like heaven is, you don't have that anymore. There's no social anxiety. The things that bothered you in life are gone.
Right.
But if you went to hell, social anxiety times 50.
Oh, man.
It's worse. The thing that you hated about yourself or the thing you struggled with is amplified.
Yeah.
That's your punishment.
That is horrible.
That's what I also imagined like the fire and brimstone was. It's not just, red hot pokers and material pain.
Right.
It is the existential things you hate about yourself are strengthened.
Yeah.
Or alleviated, if you want to.
Yeah. Right. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. But I'm with you. All right. This is from both Eric Pearson Music and Rob Ambriz. What was your favorite and least favorite horror movie and or spooky media of 2022?
I struggle with this all the time.
I know. I also really suck at favorites and least favorites. I am so annoyingly like, oh, I don't know. It's all kind of whatever. Will's looking up on the computer horror of 2022 to help us along.
Okay.
Nope is a high point for me.
Nope is a high point. I just saw Bodies. I liked it quite a bit.
Yeah, I did too. That's another high point. I enjoyed The Invitation. I thought that was a fun one. Did you see that?
No, I don't think I did see that
It's on Netflix.
Really?
It's not like amazing or anything, but it's fun. I finally watched Megan. I also thought that was fun.
Did you see, you saw Megan? You liked it?
Yeah.
Did you watch the unrated or the PG-13?
Unrated.
Oh, okay. And you liked it?
Yeah.
Did you see X or Pearl?
No, don't want to.
Okay. I know that people really, really love X. I didn't see Pearl.
Yeah.
I liked X fine. There's like an aspect of it that's really, really great. And then most of it, I'm just sort of like skeeved out by, if I'm being honest.
Yeah, it doesn't look like my thing.
I'll tell you what, Barbarian.
Oh, Barbarian
can almost embody both for me, where it's like the good of Barbarian, I think is really great. There's this wordplay and this like clever doublespeak thing happening of, is Alexander Skarsgård a bad guy or Bill. Bill Skarsgård. Is he a good guy or a bad guy?
Yep.
And like that dynamic was really, really good. And then the second half of it, I could not be into less.
I hated it.
Barbarian is the high end low.
Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, for me.
I mean, it's just a ditto, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah. No. I guess I would lump it fully in low.
Yeah.
I ended up hating Barbarian. I did enjoy the first, I guess it was like a half hour or something like that. But then I really hated the rest.
Skinamarink not 2022, is it? I guess it is. It's on this list. It says 2022. It might be Skinamarink.
Yeah, I didn't see that. I wasn't interested.
Skinamarink, I'm like, I get it and I appreciate it, but also like, I get it and I don't appreciate it.
Right.
Yep. Also, Scream came back.
Yeah.
That's kind of cool.
I can't believe that was just last year. Yeah.
Yep.
Also, the menu was like really weird in the end. It was like very annoying.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Didn't see the menu.
No. Okay. But yeah, Nope, a high one. If you haven't seen Nope yet, I really loved it.
Yeah, I like Nope quite a bit.
Okay, this is from Katie. They ask, what music do each of you enjoy? Genres, musicians, bands?
Man, I'm all over the place.
Yeah.
How about you?
You know, I guess I'm kind of all over the place. I guess it's mostly like rock, pop, and hip hop for genres.
Give me your name 5 groups or bands or people.
I don't even know. Like, I don't listen to music that much anymore.
Yeah.
So, because I'm pretty much either like watching something or listening to a podcast or like silence. So I don't listen to a ton. And when I do, it's usually like Spotify playlists.
Oh.
That I'm just letting kind of like do the work for me.
That's interesting. That would drive me nuts. I am so...
I do skip a lot.
I'm neurotic where it's like, I listen to this or that. Like it's like having your food organized. Like don't let the mashed potatoes touch the peas.
Yeah. Well, it's like genres or whatever. Like, you know, it'll be like early 2000s bangers or something like that.
Oh, I do that with 90s music.
Yeah.
Or 70s.
Exactly.
Like 70s, like way earlier. I will just say like, Play 70s rock hits.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, it's just like a comp. What did you think?
I don't know. When you described it, I was like, I'm intimidated. This makes me think of like kids who know good, cool, new music.
It is, and I'm just piggybacking off of them, I guess.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Or the Spotify made ones.
Right.
But yeah, definitely I'm a cliche of like an older person who listens to what they listened to when they were young.
Totally.
So I love 90s music.
Deftones? You still way into the Deftones?
No, I haven't listened to them in a long time.
You used to. That would probably have been. There was a period of time where I've been like, that's the one band, I guess.
Yeah, no, definitely was for a while, but I have not listened to them in a long time. You know, I have a hard time listening to a lot of music because it's actually kind of sad. You know how like a lot of people, or they say like scent is so strongly tied to memory.
Yeah.
Music is incredibly tied to memory for me.
Okay.
And so a lot of bands or things that I liked during periods of my life, if I listen to them, it just makes me like, it just floods me with like upsetting feelings.
I get that.
Because I like remember what was going on at that time or whatever. I don't think Deftones would be too much that for me, but there are definitely things where I've been like, oh, I like this band. And then I'm like, oh, great, I'm in fight or flight.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Anytime I hear 311, which is
really
often, it makes me think very distinctly of this roller rink in Missouri when we were teenagers. And I'm singing, amber is the color of my poop and pee. Whoa. That was, I'm not sure if kids said that, but it feels like it's right there.
It definitely does.
Amber? Yeah. For me, the stuff that I'm still into is, again, just been a million. You know what I listened to the other day? I listened to the Portal music. GLaDOS singing, like a video game robot singing, but it's like so clever. It's like so well written, and there's one that was written for a Lego game.
Yeah.
Where she's always negging the main character. She's like, I remember somebody, they were just like you, maybe not quite as heavy. Like that's like in the music is just like putting down the main character who you play as.
Yeah.
But like in this one, she goes, oh, you're back. Like, oh, congratulations on being back. I don't even like you anymore. Clearly she does though. And she goes, one of the verses is, I was saying this to Batman. He was here the other day. Maybe you know him. He's a big deal, but I don't think of him that way.
It's really funny.
And it's like just so, because it's a Lego game, so Batman can literally be in there. And the guy who wrote the original music came back and worked Batman into the Portal music.
Yeah.
I played it with Zoe, and she was like, what is this? And I went, this is a robot. And she goes, I want more robot music.
That's awesome.
It's like very fun.
That's so cute.
Other than that, though, like 9 Inch Nails, when I'm feeling angry.
Yeah.
Danny Elfman has I love his most recent music where he teams up with 9 Inch Nails.
Of course.
Queens of the Stone Age. I like it when they team up with 9 Inch Nails. Ditto with Dave Grohl when he teams up with 9 Inch Nails.
Yeah, of course.
I guess it's mostly 9 Inch Nails. And weirdly, all of a sudden in the last few years, the Bare Naked Ladies, who I think are terrific and also misunderstood for how dark their music is. Have I given you this whole spiel?
Multiple times.
I have?
Yeah.
It's like the poppiest. It sounds like you're listening to like Smash Mouth. It sounds like music that should be on the Shrek soundtrack.
Right.
Except when you pay attention to the lyrics and it's like, I would choke you till your face turned blue. Like it's like all this like really morbid.
Yeah.
One of the poppiest songs, one of the refrains in the chorus is, if I had a gun, there'd be no tomorrow. It's like, oh my God. And this is
chipper, bouncy.
Like, what I thought, like people were like smiling, singing, it's been 1 week. And it's like, no, they're like really dark.
Yeah.
Very, very dark. But I enjoy that contrast. So
the
poppy,
dichotomy.
So poppy and like dancing through like a meadow, and then it's like, no, it's actually, it's kind of sick.
Yeah.
I like that.
This is demented.
Yeah.
I also put on a lot of YouTube ambience videos or ambiance videos in the background to work. So it'll be like a crackling fire with rain.
Oh,
or whatever.
I like that.
And like a pretty like room or something like that.
I'm down with that.
What would your ideal date night with your spouse be?
If it's up to me, it's like a movie and pizza.
Perfect. Let me see. I mean, we do that a good amount. Just like
so do I.
Movie, get something to eat and go home. And I love that. Honestly, I have my ideal date night all the time.
So do I.
I just like hanging out at home.
Yeah.
Like and getting takeout and watching something.
Yeah.
I just love doing that.
I love doing that too.
So that's genuinely my ideal. But to give a going out one, I was just saying to Ryan today, like there's a cute town called Somerville, not too far away from us. Like town, kind of city vibe, I guess. I don't know if I call it city, but whatever. Bunch of like stores and things all on a main street. And it's fun to just like walk around Somerville and then get something to eat and sit outside.
Yeah.
And we might do that.
That's nice.
As a little break from eating stuff in the house and watching TV.
Totally. Yeah. No, I love that.
Yep.
We also, I get this isn't a date night. I like taking Zoe places and then watching her process it.
Yeah, yeah.
You know, and I think Allie and I both really enjoy like being out as a little unit.
Yeah, that's
But then
fun.
you have to be home by 7, so I don't know.
Oh,
That's not a date night. It's also the opposite of a date night, because date night is supposed to be like the
two
kids
of
are
you
in bed or something like that. Okay. Yeah. It's a movie.
Yeah.
Go to the movies.
This is a movie.
Watch a movie at home. Yeah.
Yeah, it's great.
Yeah.
Okay, what is your least favorite chore to do?
I don't like vacuuming.
Okay.
I don't like the stuff where it's like so tedious and it's just the same thing over and over. You got to do the whole floor, and then like the second you're done vacuuming, you know that it basically already needs to be vacuumed. I know. Again. Same with like mowing the lawn.
Yes.
Or shoveling the driveway.
That used to be, I'm spoiled, and Ryan will do all that stuff now, but I used to hate shoveling because it never felt satisfying.
No.
It sucks to do. First of all, you're like freezing and it's hard and whatever, but you're never getting it like totally clean. It's just so annoying.
It's miserable. I don't know why, but any of those, like, you have to cover a long area. Minutely going back and forth in a grid. I hate that. I hate that.
Yeah, I get that. I hate grocery shopping.
Really?
And figuring out what to get. I hate it.
Man, we got it down to a science over here.
That's great. I wish I did. I hate it. I'm overstimulated in the grocery store, and I can't figure out what I want to get. And I got to figure out meals, and I hate it.
What do you buy the same thing every week, and you never ever change that?
I honestly buy the same thing for myself a lot of the time.
Yeah.
But then, Ryan will want variables. I'm like, oh, we should have some dinners and stuff.
I'm like a dog.
Yeah.
Like, pour me a bowl of brown bits. It's fine.
I know. I have toast for breakfast.
The human equivalent.
I have a turkey sandwich for lunch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I ate turkey for lunch.
I ate turkey for lunch. I get like hyperfixation meals or whatever where I eat the same thing for like a really long time, but then I'll be off of it.
Yeah.
But no, I hate going to the grocery store.
I have specific zones in the grocery store that are for me, and the rest of it may as well not even be there. I don't see it. Allie and I have this exhaustive list, like a shared reminders list.
Yeah.
And you can hide anything that you don't need.
Yeah.
So it's just things to check off. And you just tap, get the thing, move to the next. Oh, we're going to the aisle for this thing.
Yeah.
Skip all the ones in between. I don't even see them anymore.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm not cruising down an aisle that I don't have something on the list for, but I don't know.
What's going on in there? You're getting all scared?
I don't know. I find the whole thing exhausting. I'm easily overstimulated. I have like sensory issues, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's just, I don't even want to say it.
No, say it. I want to get to the bottom of this. Just go ahead. What's happening in there?
It's bright in there, and there's like so many choices, and there are all these people.
You wish they'd turn the lights down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, if they had like grocery store after dark, that would really help me.
Yeah, but you don't want it to be too dark.
No,
because
I know.
You also like to go to bed early.
Yeah. No, that doesn't hurt. That's okay.
No? Okay.
Wait, are you saying you don't want it to be too dark because...
You don't. I think you like things to end early and you want to be home early.
Yeah, but why would it be in dark? Why were you saying you don't want it to be too dark because I have to go to bed early?
Well, because like you don't want to go to the grocery store after dark because you want to be home.
Oh, no. It doesn't. No, in my ideal world of this,
I can't wait. Yes. What's your ideal grocery shopping experience?
Well, no. It's when I said grocery store after dark. Sure, that implies like at night,
literally dark
or whatever.
Okay, yeah.
No, it could be the daytime, but they've just decided to call it grocery store after dark, and it's just like a little dim. Okay. So I can get home by like 7.
Yeah.
And be in bed 9:30.
Here's an idea for anyone who owns an establishment. Just throwing this out there. You don't have to take it.
Yeah.
You can go bowling And then at a certain point, it becomes cosmic bowling.
Yeah.
Right? And it becomes black lights.
Yeah.
Why isn't there cosmic everything else? Why isn't there cosmic shopping?
Yeah, maybe I would like it better.
How sick would that be if you went to the grocery store and they turn the lights down and then they have like neon lights and black lights going?
Yeah.
Cosmic shopping?
Oh, I could get into that.
Cosmic Home Depot?
I really hate Home Depot.
Oh, I don't even do Home Depot anymore. Allie and I are Lowe's all the way.
Oh, any of those places I hate.
Worst selection.
I hate. Blah, blah, blah. Did you see that there was like, it was going around, I guess Jamie Lee Curtis was on a red carpet, and I don't even know how it came up, but she was like, how about this? Matinee concerts, like get it going at like 12 or 1, and she was like, even 2. And I'll watch your 5-hour concert, and then I'm home by 7.
Yes.
And I was like, absolutely.
Yes, I did see that. And I do think it's a good idea.
It's a great idea. It'll never happen, but it's a great idea. Okay. What is your favorite meal / snack / beverage?
Huh. So listen, the ShopRite in Edison, New Jersey.
Here we go.
Has what are they called? Hudson olive pocket rolls. This was like fate. This is, I don't know what Kismet is, but it was that. When I used to temp for Johnson & Johnson a million years ago, and sometimes they'd ask me to make up prices.
Yeah.
Just make them up.
Crazy.
It's true.
Yeah.
I would, in the cafeteria, I'd get this olive bread, and I just have like turkey on it, whatever.
Yeah.
But the olive bread, Kristen, holy shit, what is this? It's a little 1 sandwich loaf loaded with olives. Loaded. Had it at J&J 20 years ago. Never had it again.
Yeah.
Until I went to ShopRite in Edison, New Jersey, and they just have it sitting out. You can get them, and I do.
That is awesome.
Hudson olive pocket bread, buffalo chicken from the deli, provolone, toast that.
Yeah.
And then sometimes I even put a little more buffalo chicken on it, or honey mustard, or both. Sour cream and onion potato chips.
Yep.
Okay. And the drink is usually water and iced coffee. Because that's just how my way.
Yes. Wonderful. That's the way you ended that, at least it sounded like you were going to say something else.
No. That's just it. That's just the whole answer.
That's wonderful.
And pizza.
Yeah. Pizza. I keep doing that. I'm sorry.
What's yours?
Let's see. Well, I know this has been asked before, and at the time I answered dumplings. I got to tell you, I've overdone the dumplings for this time.
Oh, well, at least the people get something new.
Yeah,
so this
exactly.
is,
Luckily.
Throw out everything you thought you knew about Kristen and dumplings.
I'm kind of off dumplings at the moment. I ate too many of them.
Okay.
And I've had a bag of dumplings sitting in the freezer weeks.
Oh my God.
So I would say, you know what? Gyros.
Oh, really? Interesting.
I love a gyro.
Okay, what's on the gyro?
You know, like the gyro meat strips or whatever.
It's just called gyro meat?
Kind of. I don't know.
I wouldn't say that I would put on my sandwich meat. What's gyro meat?
I think that it's usually like a lamb beef mixture.
Okay.
That they like mush together and they put on a spit so that it like roasts.
Yes,
and then they slice off pieces of it.
Sure.
So it's a pita with that and taziki and lettuce and tomato and onion, if you please.
Now, you making this at home or you getting it?
No. I would get it.
Gotta get it.
Yeah.
Made it at home wouldn't be the same.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
I do eat tzatziki at home a lot, though.
Okay.
I love Greek food. I love olives. I love tzatziki.
Yeah.
Those are all like constants that we kind of always have.
When I initially
woe be to me if I ever get off olives. I don't even know what would happen.
I know. I agree. When I went vegetarian a million years ago, I had to change everything. And that was when I discovered olives and hummus.
Ugh.
Ooh, man.
Yeah. I'm a little off. I also overdid hummus. I've been off hummus for a little while now.
You know, there was a sandwich that Hula Hands had. It was a vegetarian sandwich, but it was like hummus on bread.
I know exactly what you're talking about. It was a white bean puree and hummus and some other stuff. That's delicious.
No, I wanted to take that and throw it in the garbage.
Oh, I like that.
No, that almost got me off hummus. There was touch and go there for a while.
I'll still have it.
It's too mushy. Too much mush in a bite. It wasn't right. A sandwich needs a little more texture.
No,
It's It's like eating pudding in a sandwich. It didn't make any sense.
I never had it where there was that much of the stuff
it was
in it.
mushy.
I wouldn't like if it was like a ton of hummus. I don't know. Maybe I lucked out.
Sopping.
No, I hate that kind of texture, and I never experienced that. I mean, I think I've had it twice, and I remember I liked it a lot both times.
Don't deny my experience. It happened.
I never would. I'm sorry. I thought I was about to say something about hula hands. I lost
Is this the kind of minutia that people are after with these questions?
Not sure.
We'll find out.
Oh, I know what I was going to say, and then it's better off that I stop myself. You said there should be texture to a sandwich. I was going to say, if I'm eating a sandwich, which I do most days, I need a little something crunchy on the side.
Oh, yeah.
So potato chips, right now I'm rocking goldfish crackers.
Baby Zoe loves those.
I know. I almost offered her some upstairs when we went upstairs before because they were over today.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to ruin her dinner potentially or something, so I didn't. Yeah. But yeah. Okay, and this is going to be our last question for this time, and then we have some for another time as well. What is your favorite childhood memory?
Huh. Oh, boy.
I don't know. I mean, the first thing I thought of, I think very fondly on playing in the woods behind our house.
My mind went there,
in Connecticut. I loved looking for toads in the creek that kind of went through there. It was like the shallowest creek in the entire world, but still somehow was able to like keep running. And I just liked exploring back there a lot.
I think it's the woods in Connecticut.
Yeah.
Whether it's the backyard there literally or going up and down these like dirt trails, and there'd be like, it looked like it was like 100 years old, like a horse stall that was leaning at like a 45-degree angle in there.
I don't remember that.
You remember that? There would just be like some like ratty, the wood is like, soft because I guess termites ate it or something. I don't know what makes wood just soft.
I don't know. Probably termites.
But all this old stuff. And specifically the famous memory of, for me, from my perspective, you have a whole other angle on it.
Yeah.
When I was exploring in our backyard and I just came across a little clearing with a chair in the middle of it, like a little play school chair, a little plastic yellow chair. And as a little kid, I was like, is somebody coming back here and like sitting here?
Yeah.
What are they doing? Like that, it was creepy to me. It was creepy.
Yeah, it sounds creepy to come upon.
But I didn't know Kristen's half.
Right. So I had run away one day and I left a note I took the like little kid clock off my wall so I would know the time. I made a peanut butter sandwich and I left a note for Mom saying, I'm running away, but I'll be back at 6:30 to watch Blossom and then I'm leaving again. So I just like went in the woods and brought that chair and just had my clock and my sandwich, which I'm sure I ate instantly. And then Mom came out like 2 minutes later. I was like, what are you doing? Get back in here.
It must not have been that deep in the woods then.
No.
For me, in my head, because I would have been under 10.
Yeah.
It was like a trek to get to that spot or something.
I know.
Like
I think of it that way too, but it wasn't like that far in. Also, I'm exaggerating. It wasn't 2 minutes later that she came in, but pretty quickly. It's not like I was like watching the sun go down or anything.
Right.
She came out and she was like, what are you doing? Come back inside. Like, don't run away,
Zoe will say, like, I had to take her to the doctor this morning. Routine stuff. But so we're sitting in the waiting room and it's a little boring. So we're like humming and making little jokes and stuff. And she goes, I'm going to run away. And I went, no, you're not. You're not running away. She goes, I'm going to run away. I was like, you're not running. I don't even know where she got this idea in her head. I don't know where she heard the phrase run away. I'm not sure. But like it usually means run and play, essentially. She doesn't mean it as like, I'm going to take off.
Yeah.
But like, we'll be in the living room. She goes, I'm going to run away. And then just run down the hall.
You know what she said to me today? She wanted to look in the laundry room, like at our mom's place. And she was like, can I go in there? And I was like, yeah. And she was like kind of like hovering like on the precipice. And I was like, do you want me to come? And she was like, yeah. And then we're like looking at stuff. And then she went, walk away from me.
What?
And I was like, what? And she was like, walk away from me. And I was like, okay.
Oh.
So I walked away.
Was she being mean or was she just trying to have autonomy?
She was just trying to have autonomy. Yeah.
She's in a very interesting, she just turned 2 and she's getting more of a sense of things she can do on her own.
Yeah.
So she does that. She'll be like, no, I don't want to hold your hand. Yeah. She wants to be able to walk by herself down the sidewalk.
Yep.
But it does sound like a bully being like, no, don't touch me.
know.
Like it's
I was like, okay. And then she was like, close the door.
Oh.
And I was like, you want to close the door? And she was like, yeah. And I was like, okay. Because I was like, I can still kind of see her. Like there's, I was going to let her be in there for a long time or whatever.
Yeah.
But I started to close and then she was like, no. And I was like, oh, okay.
I'll tell you, she hasn't fully said like a spooky kid thing to me yet. It's coming though.
Hasn't she?
What?
Indo?
Oh, Indo is puzzling. Indo is a puzzling one. So yeah, Zoe's got a big thing about, she likes to make me do voices.
Yeah.
So she'll say Maui to talk, and that means she wants me to talk like the Rock's character Maui from Moana. So I just have to be like, that's right, it's me, Maui, breathe it in. And she'll be thrilled. Kristoff to talk. And Kristoff is played in Frozen by John Groff of Mindhunter. So usually I'll be like, hello, Zoe. Oh, what are you playing with over there? Do you feel like it's a manifestation of your...
What a dynamic children's character.
And she loves it. She goes nuts because I just get analytical and quiet because that's how John Groff sounds.
Yeah.
The other day she's exhausted. Like clearly she's going down.
Yeah.
And she goes, we're driving home from, I think, your place.
Yeah.
And she just goes, Indo to talk. And I went, who's...
Oh, and also, right before that, when she was still at our place, she was all loopy and tired, and she kept going, somebody's calling me! Somebody's calling me! Over and over and over.
And so, and like, you can be like, yeah, on, because in Frozen, a voice calls them, right? She goes, somebody's calling me. And you go, like, from Frozen, she goes, somebody's calling me. Like, there's no getting through to her. She's tired.
Yeah.
She's not paying attention.
Totally.
And so in the car, she's going, Indo to talk. And I go, who's Indo? Because, like, I'll do Elmo, and I go, I'm trying out all these things. Indo? And she goes, no, Indo. And I go, Indo. And she goes, no, Indo. I'm like, okay. And I go, window? She goes, no, Indo to talk. Indo to talk. She starts like yelling at me. And I went, what's it from? Who is it?
Who's Indo?
Who's Indo? You got to give me, and she goes, Indo to talk. I go, you got to give me something. Who's Indo? I'll do it.
Yeah.
And it happened again today. And so I literally go, at some point I just cut my losses and I go, oh, hi, Zoe, it's me. And she goes, no, Indo to talk.
So Indo
that wasn't
has
right.
a voice.
Indo has a voice that she's expecting. So I went, hey, it's me, Indo. She goes, no, Indo to talk. Cannot figure it out. Kristen asked a great question. She goes, is Indo from Frozen?
No.
Didn't you say that?
No, I said, is Indo a boy or a girl?
Okay.
And she said a girl.
A girl.
And I said, is she a kid or a grown-up? And she said a grown-up.
So Indo is a grown-up.
Yeah.
I've got to check the cast list of Frozen. It's got to be. It's got to be. Indo. I have no idea. I think
it's the entity that was calling her.
The entity
at our
Indo.
house. Yeah.
Indrid Cold? Indo?
I guess you're right.
Could it be?
It must be.
Good God.
It's Indrid Cold.
So Zoe remains obsessed
so
with the Haunted Mansion because she saw it in Disney. We went on the Haunted Mansion. She still will walk up to me and she'll go, Haunted Mansion is so scary. I'm like, oh, okay, but did you like it or did I traumatize you? You know? And she goes, it's too scary for Zoe. But we have a little golden book of the Haunted Mansion story and she picks it out every night for me to read. I'm not doing this.
Yeah.
She's doing this.
Yeah.
And so last night I go, do you like the Haunted Mansion? She goes, it's too scary. I went, but do you like it? She goes, yeah. So I'm like, oh, good.
Yeah.
But she's got monsters on the brain now. Mm-hmm. So sometimes she'll just go, Dada, I saw something so scary. And I'll be like, what? What scared you? And she'll go, I found something scary.
Yeah.
But there's nothing. She's just playing pretend.
Right. It's so funny.
The other day, we were at the park. And she's sitting she like climbs up on a bench and she's just going like, singing to herself and stuff. And then she goes, where's my sister? Where'd my sister go?
My mom told me that.
Mom told you this?
Yeah.
And I went, your sister? And maybe she was pretending to be Anna or Elsa from Frozen. It's a story about sisters. And she goes, no, my sister. Where's my sister? And I went, I don't know. Who is your sister? And she goes, where's Zoe's sister? And I went, what is her name? And she looks off for a second. She goes, I can't remember.
That's awesome.
And then we just moved off of it and we, played for a little while and then went home. But that's the first one so far.
Awesome.
I can't remember.
Well, it's not the first one.
Where's my sister?
Indo.
I know. I'm afraid it might be Indo. What if it is Indo?
No. Well, maybe. But I'm saying it's not the first one.
Scary thing.
She's got the sister, and she's got Indo. She's tapped in.
I don't know what the hell Indo is. I'm going to look up the cast.
Somebody's calling me.
It's Indo.
I'm going to look up Indo Frozen.
Yeah, take a look. INDO? I'm not sure.
That's what I would guess. I forgot it was a Trisha Yearwood's tortellini thing.
Because also,
it's been a long episode.
Frozen 2 has a lot going on. I can't pretend I understand everybody in there. Maybe Zoe picked up on something that I didn't notice.
I'm getting frozen food. I think Indo Frozen is an Indian food company.
Okay, well, that's not helpful.
No.
All right. So the mystery is still out there? Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm just going to quickly look
Or perhaps no answer is answer enough.
Well, that could be. Let me just quickly.
Indo.
Anna, Elsa, Olaf, Kristoff, Matthias. This is a pretty good one.
Mm-hmm.
Elsa's mother is named Iduna.
Okay.
What do you think of that?
Okay, yeah, could be.
I'm a little surprised that she wouldn't have said that as Elsa's mama.
Yeah.
That feels like what she would say.
Iduna Indo.
It's Iduna Indo. I'll give it a try, and I'll try to remember to report back.
Yeah, could be.
Right? Feels pretty good to me. Yeah. Also, Jeremy Sisto plays the king?
Really?
That's weird.
Huh. I've thought about Jeremy Sisto in a long time.
I like Jeremy Sisto.
Me too.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, everybody. That's it for us. You know everything about us there is to know.
Yeah, and if you have any other questions for us, we would love to answer them on a future questions episode. So you can email them to us at gttupod@gmail.com, and they will be answered in a future episode.
You better believe it. Mm-hmm. We're in the midst of Scream.
Yeah.
Arama. I don't know if you're doing what I'm doing.
I haven't been.
I'm obsessing.
Yeah.
Maybe a little too much.
That's okay. You're having fun.
Scream 6.
Are you having fun?
I'm having a great time.
That's all I need to know.
I think I'm literally about to watch Scream 5 right now.
Yeah. I might.
So Scream 6 marketing episode is up right this second. Yep. Go get it. Scream 6 is in theaters as this episode drops. Go watch it. And no spoilers. Give us a thumbs up or a thumbs down. Or something. Check out at GTTUpod. We might have a little ranking image that you can use. And then come back Monday. Kristen and I are going to be talking about Scream 6 and giving our thoughts, and we're going to know everything by that point.
Yeah, totally.
I may have gotten spoiled.
Yeah,
we'll know for sure whether or not that's the case.
I know.
It's exciting.
In less than 24 hours, we're going to know all the secrets. From when we're recording.
That's a great way to put it. In less than 24 hours. All right.
It will have revealed itself to us.
Correct. Yeah. All right, everybody. That's going to do it for us for now. Thank you so much for hanging out. At Chillin' Kristen on all social media. At The Myth Traveler. We will see you in the next one. But until that time comes, we must travel.
Back to the netherworld go we. Disappeared in a cloud of smoke. Gone like so much smoke. Can't see us through this smoke.
And we're back.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.